History of the English Language and Literature, Unit 4, 4.21 पर उसी के आगे पर I learned a phonemic alternate that befell for the duration of this time becomes the so referred to as I learned or the initial modification. I learned is defined as a types of integration where the front at the end of a phrase influence the sound of a prior syllable, elevating it on most occasional from frontal vowels have been consequently misplaced since many Germanic inflectional succeed inclusive of some non-finite verb forms and plural non-indigenous continued the frontal vowels. I omelette adjustment are highly repetitive and are the most extraordinary space in the English language. Example of the phase bold, the process of I leads to the region of vowel sounds within the previous syllable. In other so that phrase in modified to balance the very last verb sound become generatic build. Next the inflection finishing becomes arching generates the cutting edge from below build. This is the explanation for the phonemic relationship between the verb very form build and the non-form bold. Another specimen is that of foot feet. The plural shape has an exclusive verb sound. Again, I omelette might be used to explain it. The automatic phrase for foot turned into foot and the plural shape turned into foot. I omelette evaluated in a evaluating of the verb of the primary syllable and so manner or letter or omissions of the ultimate syllables. Yes, the Old English 180, the beginning of the Old English is visible throughout the ancient documents written in Roman literature found chronicle is Britain from 700 AD. Before this period, the Saxon Angles and just were characteristic Christianized. Several written documents discovered from that time have provided use with a reasonable concept of what the Old English looked like, or as an alternative, what a few Old English dialects in the main accent of West Sussex, which was used by vessels, have the shape of the heptarically Britain of the Old English period was not a single state. The unique treble Y had captured British land, had manipulated their identity into seven subgroups: Essex, Kent, Wessex, Sons, Northumberland, and East Angles. These groups fought for monopoly among themselves. Locksmith diagrams of Old English. The Old English language might be defined as a rather artificial language, which means that inflectional idiom had been utilized to mark the grammatical use of phrase and word structure turned into of much less significance. The Old English ground, for instance, had number 4 as 3 grammatical gender and more or less 10 king of pattern of person prescribed old English English jargon. Old English turned into a exclusive Germanic language. The Celtic Latin as Scandinavian influence did not impact the language much. Celtic influence. The impact of Celtic was many from a socio-linguistic viewpoint. Rules do not commonly borrow words from the rule except for the Celtic influence or American nomenclature. The effect of Celtic on Old English is not significant. Reason later than London, the metropolitan of the Severn Thames, the night revenge even the empire Cumberland dog and right envy. This is a Welsh phrase from Old English that means forgiveness, self. Latin. There are many phrases in Old English learned from Latin along 2010. There can be classified in exclusive semantic regions of meanings, early borrowing from the 1st to 5th AD, about 50 words quote here in Germanic relation with that of Rome earlier than the invasions and agreement of Britain. Semitic reasons in this regard include very fact that means arms from the Latin words arms below meant were from the Latin words below call from the Latin word carbo, wax from the Latin term cab. The British conversion of Christianity 7th AD, the maximum of the borrowing are from religion, dedication, Scandinavians. There are various Scandinavian phrases which influence the vocabulary towards the close of the Old English phrase.